Have you been seeing Five Nights at Freddy's hype and thought it looked cool, but you have no idea what everyone is talking about when they discuss lore? Or maybe you want to get your friends into the series, but you don't want to spend a whole day trying to explain the FNAF lore? Today, I'm going to do my best to explain the FNAF series lore in the quickest but most effective way possible. This is only meant to be a sort of crash course for the franchise, but if you wanted to learn something more in depth, he is waiting. Sorry, Pat Matt, my mom thinks you're cool. Two guys, one named Henry Emily, one named William Afton. William has 3 kids, Michael, Elizabeth, and Evan. Henry has a kid named Charlotte. The two join together and open a restaurant called Fredbear's Family Diner, where they wear fursuits which also double as animatronics with spring locks powering the suit. These were appropriately called spring animatronics, one of Fredbear and one of Bonnie. These suits act if any sort of water gets involved with them. It's an important detail. Fredbear's ended up getting mad successful, so they decided to branch off to the first location of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, where the main animatronics were the core 4, Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy. Willie, for whatever reason, starts acting up, so with the unaware Henry, they create a new set of animatronics called the Funtime animatronics. William designs them to kidnap children under certain circumstances, and they open Circus Baby's Pizza World. Willie's daughter Elizabeth becomes obsessed with the main animatronic Circus Baby, and since Willie knows that Circus Baby is designed to kill, he tells his daughter to stay away from her. However, kids do not listen. Opening day of the restaurant, all the other kids dip out, leaving his daughter in there alone, and when she goes up to try and talk to Baby, the robot's programming takes over and scoops her inside, and no one could hear her screams. William's obviously devastated by this, and he closes down the place and gets upset that the robot he designed to kill children killed his child. Henry cuts off ties with him for being out of pocket and creates a security puppet animatronic to protect him and his daughter, and they have matching friendship bracelets so the puppet can keep track of his daughter. William's bitter that he just got dumped on top of losing his kid, so instead of keying Henry's car, he pulls up in his car and ends his daughter's life. The puppet animatronic went out to try and save her, but it was too late, and in the rainy weather, the puppet breaks down beside her and the Charlotte soul possesses the puppet. Henry is sad. Now we go back to the Afton household. William is traumatizing his kids. His youngest son Evan witnessed Charlotte's death, and in an attempt to keep him away from the pizzeria, William makes his eldest son Michael adorn a Foxy mask and psychologically torture his younger brother, Father of the Year. Michael, who's still trying to do as his father says, gets his friends to scare his brother by making him kiss Fredbear. But if you remember a detail from earlier, Evan is crying and... Despite what you may have seen from Markiplier's reaction, this is known as the bite of 83. William gets pissed, Michael gets depressed, and Fredbear shuts down. William discovers that the souls of people who die because of him don't move on, and he notices that Elizabeth is alive within Baby. He puts 2 and 2 together and realizes that this means that Charlotte is probably in the puppet, and his son must be in Fredbear, aka Golden Freddy. The power that keeps him tethered after death is known as Remnant. William becomes obsessed with the pursuit of discovering immortal life through Remnant. William takes the spring Bonnie suit and leads 5 kids to the back room at Freddy Fazbear's, pulls a successful Voldemort, and stuffs them into the animatronics there. So Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, and Golden Freddy suit all have children possessing them. Wait, I thought that Golden Freddy already had Evan possessing him. They're roommates. Golden Freddy has 2 children possessing him, and they operate him and his powers like an anime mech suit. One is benevolent, one is malevolent. Freddy Fazbear shuts down and has a new location with toy animatronics with security features that help them to scan for criminals. Willie experiments on the OGs, making them wither. Then he kills more kids for the toy animatronics and leads them to becoming more aggressive towards night guards, and mangled bites the frontal lobe of Jeremy Fitzgerald. Mark, that's your cue.
Was that the bite of 87?
After realizing that they were after him, Afton tries to scrap the animatronics to see what makes them tick, taking them apart in the process. However, after taking them apart, the souls of the kids are freed and come out to chase him into a damp back room. William gets the idea to hide in the spring Bonnie animatronic, which he thinks will keep him safe. However, he's in a damp back room. Michael Afton is now grown up and knows his dad was whack and goes after trying to make amends for the thing his father has done. He starts off with a sister location, which is actually apparently a facility underneath the house of his father, which is really crazy, and he meets all the animatronics, only for them to form into one being, scoop out his insides, and make him the opposite of a fursona. Michael decomposes and the animatronics leave. Michael dies, except he doesn't. Per his original plan, he goes around freeing the souls of most of the children. He finds out his dad isn't actually dead in Fazbear Frights or FNAF 3, and he becomes an arsonist, and neither he or his father realize the other is alive after the events. Michael and Henry team up to put an end to William's shenanigans for good, and set up a restaurant for Michael to work at where he collects the remainder of the animatronics. Lefty, which is a bear robot designed to capture a dead kid, in this case, Puppet, aka Charlotte. Scrap Baby, aka Circus Baby, booted from the rest of Ennard, aka Elizabeth, Springtrap, aka William, and Molten Freddy, aka the rest of the animatronics that weren't freed already. Henry commits arson to burn them all down and set them free, and had an escape plan for Michael, but Michael decided he was fine where he was. Because Peepaw Willie sucks, he actually doesn't get to die, but he gets to live on in an eternal torment by the Golden Freddy gods. He lives in an eternal hell, created of his own being, none of the souls ever finding true rest. And that was part 1 of what'll probably be more Crash Course Five Nights at Freddy's lore, covering the silly little sitcom of Henry, I Think My Dad's a Murderer. I didn't include AR and VR because I think they're actually suited better for Security Breach, and all of that doesn't exactly tie into this original lore, so I'll include those in a part 2. If you're interested in that, make sure to let me know. But for now, I hope this helps newcomers get interested in the game series. If you like this video, you should subscribe, because I make many more cool videos like this, and it's free, and helps out the channel a lot. I hope you enjoyed Five Nights at Freddy's lore explained in a minute or few. Many few. I just checked, and this is actually a little bit more than a few minutes, so it's a many few.